Time to tune in. Now another Sports Center. It's a movement.
But I'll say this, man, for us Miami Dolphin fans, what can, in your opinion, what can Miami Dolphin fans look forward to in Tua for the remainder of the year? Does Tua give us a reason to still take and fight? Or, like, what are you looking for in Tua for the remainder of the season?
Well, the Samoan sniper, the Hawaiian, the flying Hawaiian, whatever you want to call him, a man. I just want him to see progress. I want to see him take control of it. Yesterday, I forget who it was, but there was a point in the game where I want to say it was a wide receiver, or may even been Adam Shaheen or one of the tight ends, but whoever was talking smack to the defense out of the huddle, and he grabbed him by the horse collar and threw him back into the huddle.
I think it was Matt Collins.
It was Matt Collins. Like, get your butt over here. What are you doing?
Like, first quarter.
That's what I want to see
Yeah.
from a leader on the field. That's what a leader does.
Yeah.
And I loved it, and I was here for it. And so I want to see more of that. So I need to see leadership on the field displayed, and I need to see progress of his ability over the next 10 to 11 games. And as long as I see that, I can live with the results at the moment, because the reality is we are 1-5. I have to live with that. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But I need to see progress. That's what I need to see from Tua.
Absolutely.
Doug, I love, bro, like, you know, I'm a Tua fan. I think we've talked about this a lot, man. I think him coming in that game, he reminds me of Chris Paul, just getting the ball where it needs to be, right? I know it's two different sports, but Jalen Waddle absolutely balled out. Mike Gesicki absolutely balled out. Tua didn't take a sack. He took a few hits, but he didn't take a sack. So I just think that, like, for you guys, man, and again, I've been pounding the drums for this. Like, once you guys get your line proper, because the running game didn't really get going at all. 20 carries, like 74 yards, something like that. So I feel like,
but that wasn't on the old line. That was on the play calling, Mike. Like, it was horrible. We have two offensive coordinators, and neither one of them can coordinate nothing. So
yeah,
I'm just being real. Like, that wasn't the old line. The old line actually looked good yesterday.
Yeah, and that game overall, I mean, we all know it was sloppy on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Urban Meyer's trying to lose to get to USC or something, but he was like, dang it, we have to win this game. But I think Tua played well, man. Like, he had a game that is one of the games, the reasons why I like him. You know, he distributes the ball well. Waddle absolutely balled out. Gesicki's one of my favorite tight ends. So I feel like he's going to do his thing. As long as he can stay healthy and the leadership stuff y'all are talking about, I think y'all are going to be fine, man.
I'm just saying, like, Tua, we've talked about it before on this podcast. Steven, I don't know if you've listened, if you heard, but
of course I listen. Come on, y'all.
Everybody here,
every week.
Everybody here is a fan of Tua, man. And I almost feel bad for him, man, because you see the talent that's there. And if they can't get this team right around him, I'm scared for what it's going to do to his growth and his development going forward, man. We've seen plenty of NFL careers being killed because of location and where they landed. And I just feel like for Tua, that might be one of these things. I think they have a lot of good things in place in Miami in terms of the head coach and the quarterback, right? Which are two of the hardest things to get right in any franchise. I think they have that. Now the thing is, can we get one competent offensive coordinator? And then can we repair that line, make some adjustments on that line as well? Because granted, you're right. What we saw from the running game yesterday wasn't entirely up to the offensive line's fault, but everybody also knows that line isn't up to par. And if Tua was a less mobile quarterback, he would probably be hurt again. So, if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, I think in addition to everything that you guys highlighted in terms of the growth and the maturity and the leadership that you want to see from Tua, you'd also like to see him be healthy for the remainder of the season and stay upright, so that way he can actually do his offseason work instead of offseason rehab.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll add this too, man. For me as a Dolphins fan, man, the remainder of the year, Steven, you pretty much hit it on nail on the head, my man. I'm not so much focused on the results right now. I'm really focused on how does our quarterback look? How does our quarterback look? I'm looking at Tua's development, and I see a completely different quarterback from last year. He could potentially, it's not a popular opinion, and I still need to see more. Maybe I'm being a little too optimistic, but he could be the next Russell Wilson potentially. But again, that O-line is trash, and we need offensive coordinator, like you said, Adrian. Just one. We don't need two. We don't need three. Just one. And Coach Flo, defensive genius, but he needs a yin to his yang. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So let me tell you what the conversation's been among Dolphins YouTubers and the fans.
Yeah.
Here's a reality. Everything you said was right. And I appreciate Adrian and Mike's perspective, because being a fans of outside teams, and by the way, teams that have been to a Super Bowl in the last 20 years, both of you have. We have not, by the way. Just to remind you all, we have not. It's very interesting that your points of view are about that, because I look at this. Number one, the best ability is availability. So Adrian hit the nail on the head. Just let the man stay healthy. Number two, I think that they haven't been successful because of scouting and player development. When you have a guy like Illuminor, the offensive lineman in Vegas, who was in training camp for the Miami Dolphins, and they released him during the first week of cuts, and now he's rated the highest OL in Vegas right now.
Yeah.
That infuriates me.
Yeah.
That makes me upset, especially when 2 weeks later we were trading to get Greg Mance from Baltimore, a backup O-line. So you look at all that, and you have to understand what I really think the problem here is veteran leadership on the field and off the field. I would have loved to see what Jim Caldwell could have done with the Miami Dolphins before he got sick and then ended up leaving the team. Yeah. Because the other thing you see is you have two offensive coordinators who have no offensive, like they don't have any real experience being any offensive coordinator, being anything more than a position coach.
Yeah.
And so if you had, if there was some sort of somebody who knew, like a Caldwell, somebody that had head coaching experience that was in the OC or DC position, I think this would be a totally different outlook of a team.
Turn 100 for the touchdown, King Crown, gain inside, leading your town, hit you faster than the sound, bad boy, throw it down, yeah, I'm ill, not my will, don't cop a fill the house, listen to the roaring crowd, drop a light, calm it down, Heisman, all the haters mouth, superhero hit them wow, packing more action than bing, boom, bam, pow, touchdown for the win, we live, subscribe right now.